We have a massive Juan Soto free agency update as a report has revealed huge details about after the Yankees had a great meeting with Soto. It has come out that teams like the New York Mets and Toronto Blue Jays are still very much in play for the superstar slugger, while the Los Angeles Dodgers appear to be a dark horse to land Juan Soto, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as always. But guys, also real quick, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton. We noticed 16.5% of viewers are subscribed. Let's get those numbers up. But guys, let's not waste any time jumping into it. Juan Soto, man, I mean, we know the drill. I've talked about him a ton. We don't need to do the whole song and dance over again. We all know he's a free agent. We all know he's one of the biggest free agents in MLB history, who's supposed to break the record for the most money in a contract, except for maybe Shohei Ohtani, but almost certainly Juan Soto will be getting the most money of any free agent in MLB history in a league-changing potential contract. Now, we know the team's interested in him. The New York Yankees are the front runners to bring him back, but teams like the New York Mets and Toronto Blue Jays and now the Los Angeles Dodgers seemingly have a chance to steal Juan Soto away from the New York Yankees. We know Soto wants to win, and we know that Soto wants to get the bag. That's what's important to Juan Soto more than anything is success and money. Now, the money is probably the more important one, as most people would imagine, and Juan Soto deserves every bit of the money. I mean, yeah, his fielding isn't excellent, but last season, getting 41 home runs, 166 hits, having an OPS of 989 for the season with a slugging percentage at 569, and an OPS plus of 178 when, mind you, the average OPS plus is 100. You just see that Juan Soto is just an incredible talent. He's a 4-time All-Star, he's a World Series champion, he's a 5-time Silver Slugger, he has a batting title, and most importantly, he's a home run derby winner, and that's what really matters here. But in all seriousness, we know how dangerous Juan Soto is, and being on the New York Yankees was one of the biggest, if not the biggest reason why they were able to make the World Series when it's probably Juan Soto. I mean, Judge is great, don't get me wrong, but the way that he played in the playoffs compared to Juan Soto, look, Juan Soto is one of the key players on the New York Yankees and is really going to be the key if we're going to see the New York Yankees continue to contend in the Aaron Judge era, and Soto will then be able to take over. But look, guys, let's get to this report because here's the deal, guys. Jon Heymen broke it all down. The great hope of the Yankees bigwigs is to convince Juan Soto to return to them, and while the incumbent club has many obvious and great selling points, including a generally successful 2024 season together, the competition for Soto may be getting even stiffer than previously known, as beyond the rival Mets, Red Sox, and Blue Jays, all already known to have met with Soto, sources say the world champion Dodgers are expected to be granted a meeting with Juan Soto, whose schedule is obviously filled with a succession of high-powered, mostly big-market suitors. The Dodgers were reported last month by the Post to have interest in the 26-year-old hitting star, as long as Soto reciprocated the interest. Now, also, as Heyman mentions, Los Angeles may not view themselves as the favorites in this derby due to their location on the West Coast. A Soto confidant downplayed the idea that geography is the factor, some assume. Soto obviously must have some interest since it's believed he'll be approving the get-together. Soto cited winning as a major factor in his upcoming decision in an interview following the Yankees Game 5 World Series defeat. He's reached the World Series twice, winning in 2019 with the Nationals, but multiple executives with interested teams are assuming that, like most free agents, the actual deal will be the largest consideration of money. That's really what it's going to come down to. Is the unfortunate detail is it's going to come down to who could pay Juan Soto the most. Yes, winning has a factor. Like if a losing team like the Boston Red Sox offers him the most money, which they most likely are not the team that's going to, so let's switch this to the Toronto Blue Jays to make it a little more accurate. If the Toronto Blue Jays offer a bit more money than the New York Yankees, but it's close, Juan Soto most likely will return to the New York Yankees. The reason for that is because Juan Soto wants to win. He wants to succeed in the MLB, but he also wants to make money. So if the money is not that different, he might take a slightly lesser deal to stick with the Yankees, but it has to be slightly lesser. The Yankees have to give at least equal money to any team, or they are in massive, they're just going to lose Juan Soto if they don't. Let's not beat around the bush. They're just going to lose Juan Soto if they don't offer or match anything or come remarkably close to matching most contracts. And when you look at teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Mets, who both saw success, the Mets making the NLCS and losing to the Dodgers, same team who, beat the Yankees, and then the Dodgers, who obviously won the World Series against the Yankees and beat the Mets in the process, you see where it gets to this point of, okay, he has a lot of suitors who are winning baseball games, and that's not what you want to see if you're the Yankees. Obviously, nothing you can do about it. Look, there's 5 teams, and it's the Yankees. I still believe the Yankees have the best chance to get Juan Soto back. Then comes the Mets. It's like Yankees, Mets, Blue Jays because of money, Red Sox, Dodgers. It's hard to imagine a guy like Juan Soto going to the Dodgers where he'll never be the biggest name player on the team because Shohei Ohtani plays there, Yoshinobu Yamamoto plays there, Freddie Freeman plays there, Mookie Betts plays there. There's too many guys for Juan Soto to carve out a name for himself, and he won't be getting as many endorsements and other exterior financial incentives that he would be getting for staying on the Yankees or going to the Mets or even going to the Blue Jays. Though the Blue Jays would be lesser, so it would be the Yankees or Mets for when it comes to incentives, when it comes to outside of baseball where you're not making money that the team is paying you and you're making money from sponsorship deals. You're getting the most as one of the best players on the Yankees or as the best player on the Mets. That is Juan Soto's best chance at the most exterior money, and the Dodgers probably won't be giving him the most money. And yeah, there's a world where Soto doesn't want to play in the West Coast. Well, if the Dodgers offered him the most money, then he'd probably just go there anyway. Also, these meetings are taking place in California. Teams are going to Juan Soto in California. So Juan Soto clearly doesn't hate the West Coast if that's where he's taking his meetings. I know everyone takes their meetings there, I'm aware. But Juan Soto knows damn well that he can go get wined and dined wherever he wants. Juan Soto could tell teams, yeah, so here's the thing. You want to offer me a contract? We're going to have to meet and sort this out in Pyongyang, North Korea. If he wanted to do that, the Yankees and the Mets would damn well do that. The Blue Jays would. The Dodgers would. They'd find ways to make that work. Juan Soto can take these meetings wherever. He doesn't care about being on the... Yeah, he probably would rather be on the East Coast, but he probably doesn't really care that much, if I'm being honest. I mean, he played a year in the West Coast, and he wanted to leave there because the Padres were just the weirdest team ever that season. Look, Juan Soto is best off staying with the Yankees, in my opinion, but I am biased as a Yankee fan. I do believe Juan Soto is going to stay with the Yankees, but there's always the chance that Juan Soto just does not stay with the Yankees. And we've seen, according to Heyman, that the motivated Mets and the Blue Jays are viewed as the biggest threats to steal Juan Soto via taking the highest bid. The Mets owner Steve Cohen and Blue Jays owner Edward Rogers are believed to be 2 of baseball's richest owners, and both seem extremely motivated here. So Hal Steinbrenner is going to have to figure out a way to compete with these guys because these guys are not messing around. They really want to steal Juan Soto away from the New York Yankees. Now, Steve Cohen, we know he does, and we know that there's a very, very high chance that Cohen's going to be successful at doing so and bringing Juan Soto to the New York Mets, something that a year ago felt very unlikely or a lot more unlikely now. Whereas the Blue Jays, they have a chance, but the smaller market than the Mets is probably going to hurt them in the end because if they're offering the same amount of money, well, then frankly, we're going to see Soto stay with the Mets if the Yankees, or go to the Mets if the Yankees are out. Because if this goes over $700 million, then the Yankees are probably going to be out on Juan Soto. The question of is it going to is the big thing here. As we know, Juan Soto is a phenomenal player, but there's no doubt that his fielding leaves something to be desired. The man's a bat more than anything else, and the New York Yankees, well, it doesn't matter for them. You go out there and get Juan Soto, and if he's not the greatest fielder in the world, oh well. His fielding was a pleasant surprise this season, and the New York Yankees are certainly better off with Juan Soto than without. There's nothing the New York Yankees can do to make up for the loss of Juan Soto. If they lose him, fans will be upset. They will riot. There will be a good amount of fans who will be boycotting the Yankees and not going to games. I'm considering feeling that way, though I imagine I probably won't. I'll probably coward out of it, but there's a world where I do. Well, we're about to see what Juan Soto does. This is probably not going to last much longer. I would imagine within the next 2 weeks, we see Juan Soto make his decision. And in the next 2 weeks, this could literally happen hours from when I'm putting this video out. So we're going to see what goes down, guys. And we need to know what you're thinking down below. So comment your thoughts down below. Give me your official Juan Soto prediction. Contract, years, team. I will say I do think he's going to re-sign with the Yankees on some massive 12-year deal. probably somewhere around $675 million. I do think Soto's going to stick around with the Yankees, seeing that it's his best chance to make long-term money and make a name for himself while also winning for the foreseeable future. The Yankees have good prospects they could either build up and use for once in like 4 years when Soto's 30, or they could just trade him for stars and absolutely still have a great team once Aaron Judge is 37. So let me know what you think down below, guys. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees. Juan, please stay, dude. Please don't go to the Mets. I have too many Mets fan friends.